Good morning, church. As promised, we'll take Monday and Thursday and we'll evaluate an aspect of our ordinary that we can turn over to God to make extraordinary. The basis for this Lenten journey actually comes from a book I've been reading for one of my classes called Liturgy of the Ordinary by Tish Warren, and I would highly recommend it if you feel like you would like more, especially than what you get in these. This morning we're going to start with the very first part of our day, waking up. For some of us, this happens in the morning. For some of us, it happens in the afternoon, and for some, it might happen in the evening. It depends on our schedule, our routines, or even just what's happened in the last 24 hours. But waking up is something that we do. Something that we all do at some point in each general marking of our day. Now, sometimes when we wake up, we might feel tired. We just long for a few more minutes of sleep, just a little bit more rest. Sometimes maybe we wake up with a dread, a fear of getting out of bed and starting the day. Sometimes we might wake up like my daughter, perky, excited, and looking forward to all the potential that the new day holds. But there is one common thing that we all wake up with. At the moment that we wake up, we have, of yet, not done anything. We haven't sent any emails. We haven't checked any messages. We haven't accomplished any work or any household chores. We haven't even accomplished our personal hygiene. We're smelly. We're messy. We're real. We're not the way that we would want to present ourselves to the rest of the world. And yet, none of those things stop us from receiving this gift of life, of waking up. We all get a new day, regardless of what we look like and of all the things we haven't yet done. In many ways, waking up is like baptism. When we think about Jesus' baptism, we're told in the Gospels that Jesus was baptized before he began his ministry. He hasn't taught anyone anything amazing, given any memorable sermons, performed any miracles, or even resisted Satan. And yet when Jesus comes out of the water, God says, "This is my beloved. In him I'm well pleased." Jesus is defined as the beloved before he does anything. And God looks at us the same way. We are defined as beloved before our feet hit the floor in the morning. When we're smelly, when we haven't showered, when we have morning breath, we are the beloved. God thinks that we're beautiful, and God loves us. When we baptize infants, they've also done nothing. They've not become any good or bad person yet. And yet we always already are counting them amongst God's people. There are some church traditions who place water in the back of the sanctuary, right at the entry, so that as you come in, before you tithe, before you listen to the sermon, before you even engage in worshiping God, you can dip your fingers in that water and remember your own baptism. Remember that you are loved. That you are washed. That you are reborn. A new creation. Being renewed. In some church traditions, there's also a teaching to wake each morning and before doing anything else, to make the sign of the cross as a reminder of our own baptism, that we can start the day knowing who we are and whose we are before we've even done anything. And so, at this part in our Lenten journey, I ask that we spend the next several days of Lent waking each day. And when we wake, before we reach for our phone, before we groan, before our feet hit the floor, that we would remember our baptism, our belovedness. That we would know that we are loved now. We are united with God now. God approves of us now, even before we've done anything. This is our identity. This is the way we start our day, in grace. And on many days, this might be one of the most important things we do all day. But the reality is, it's going to wear off. By the end of the day, the busyness, we will have forgotten. We will have started to doubt again. And so, God gives us the blessing of another new day. Another day to wake up, and another day to remember that we are being renewed. God bless.